to that 8th spot. The loss column there is what you want to focus on. Tied with 33 losses each. Warriors up a half game due to just playing one more game. But Warriors in a great position here. They win out. They get the number 8 seed in the Western Conference. As we welcome everybody back to Warriors Postgame Live, presented by Toyota, Mully, D. Wright, Bonte. And again, what a night for the Golden State Warriors. And you talk about the role players, Mully, outplaying the Utah's role players, the Phoenix's role players. We got to look at Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole back-to-back nights with 20 points. And a young man continues to grow up before our eyes. Think about where he started this season and where he's at right now. Looks like a very serviceable role player moving forward for the Warriors.
Another tremendous performance for Jordan Poole. Efficient 6 for 10. 20 points in 20 minutes. And I think always a good indicator on how he played in decision-making. 0 turnovers, so he's getting good shots. He's moving out the basketball. Good shot selection. So he just got total confidence, and he was a huge reason the Warriors pulled this game out tonight.
I just love the fact that he understands he has to be that third scorer, especially coming off the bench with Kelly Oubre being out. He's taking that role like, hey, I'm going to be that guy that's going to be consistent every single night and help this team win. And that G League, that bubble, that really helped him. We already knew that Jordan Poole didn't lack confidence at all. So he's playing some great basketball right now. He's being solid, and he's playing under control.
And the Warriors had 33 assists, just 8 turnovers. So the ball was moving all night long. They were getting good shots, but they made timely threes. First, Andrew Wiggins made one, then JTA. And Jordan Poole does not lack confidence, but it's got to feel great.
Oh, man. When
you're at the top of the floor, Steph Curry gets double-teamed. He throws a nice pass to Jordan Poole. He just knocks it down to go from 113 to 116. That's got to feel great for Jordan Poole.
No doubt. Kerr rolling 8 deep again, and we'll break down what the Phoenix Suns did to contain Steph Curry. You won't want to miss that later on here on Warriors Postgame Live as we look at the scoreboard before we head over to Steve Kerr. And a big-time night at Chase Center. Felt like a playoff game.
Some traffic.
Hear the crowd. There's some traffic out there. That is good to see. Andrew Wiggins with the night. 17-24, 38.7 rebounds. And we didn't even mention, we barely mentioned Draymond Green's triple-double. Triple-double, man. Just scoffed all over it, man. Leader.
Now they what, 31 with a triple-double?
Yeah,
with triple-double when Draymond drops one. Devin Booker, by the way, is nasty.
He's nasty.
Yeah. Nasty. Had a big-time third quarter. Let's hear from Steve Kerr on his big-time win against the Phoenix Suns.
We talked about a little bit last night about, finding the ability to close out these close games, which you guys have struggled with, and now you did it back-to-back against 2 of the best teams in the West. Just how important it is to close these close games heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, these last 2 games have been so important for us against, I think the 2 teams with the best records in the league. And they've, tonight felt like a playoff game. Phoenix was very well prepared. They had the day off yesterday. So they came out with a great game plan to take the ball out of Steph's hands. And so for us to, be able to withstand a great team playing with the lead, bottling up Steph pretty well, and for us to be able to stay with it and come back and finish out the win was just fantastic.
Steve, we talked about Jordan Poole's confidence earlier, but again, I mean, just to come up with some shots right at the times that you need them. And it wasn't just him, but the supporting cast. What can you say about that group again?
Yeah, Jordan was fantastic. That second half, we needed his scoring. There were a lot of openings on the floor because of the way they were guarding Steph, and so Jordan took advantage of it. Wiggs was amazing. 17 for 23. He hit that huge 3 late. But that's what I liked, was that guys were just stepping up and taking the big shots that were there and knocking them down, and then to hold them to 18 points in the in the fourth quarter was really impressive too. That's a great offensive team. They've got shooting everywhere, very difficult to guard. So just a hell of an effort all in all.
Steve, in a game like tonight with the fans, how much can they really turn the momentum? Can you feel that building and then when you guys go on a run and just them exploding tonight?
Oh yeah, we can feel the energy from our crowd, and it's so much fun to have fans back. And you know, I know we've been adding more and more fans each game as we continue to work under these conditions of the pandemic. But tonight was definitely the loudest that it's felt all year, or that it sounded, and the most intense that it's felt, and really, really fun stuff. You know, this is what we all do this for this feeling of competition and, you know, success when facing, a great team. It's a great feeling.
Steve, through all the things your team has been through this season, obviously the injuries, the close losses, the blowout losses, I mean, what do you think this team has learned about itself over these 70 games?
Well, the thing is, we've got, several guys who have championship experience, you know, obviously Steph and Draymond and Loon. And so we've had the foundation for what you're seeing now. We've had that all year, but we've needed the season in order for our young guys to grow. We wouldn't have won this game a few months ago. So this season has been so much about guys like Jordan and Juan and Mike Mulder, Damian Lee, guys who maybe don't have a ton of experience in this league. It's about them growing, and I can mention several others as well. Eric Paschal, James Wiseman, all these guys need to feel this, because this is what the NBA is all about. And we've grown quite a bit over the course of the year, and now you've got a team that is ready to win a game like this, because you've got Steph and Draymond and Loon who already know how, and they'll lead the way, but everybody else has learned how to follow.
Steve, if you come out of the play-in tournament, you'll most likely face either Utah or Phoenix in the playoffs. What does beating them at this point do looking forward?
I don't think it does anything, to be honest with you, Carlos. I mean, it's for us, it's just it's a good confidence booster. For those teams, they're both veteran teams, and you got to win 4 out of 7, obviously, in a playoff series, and we've got to still get to that point. We've got to get through the play-in and hopefully get into the first round. So that's our focus right now, and we'll see what happens.
When the three-point shot, when it seemed like there was a lid on the 3-ball for most of the game, how did you see your guys, react and adjust to that?
Well, that was one of the things that really pleased me about the game, Kerr. I think we were 4 for 22 in the first half from 3, and a lot of good looks, a lot of open looks, but nothing was going down. So for our guys to really stick with it and continue to compete, continue to fight, that's a great sign of a team that's really maturing.
How does this defense that you have compare to maybe some of your past playoff defenses? I know it's different, obviously, the personnel, but just kind of the scrappy, the versatility, and the way you can kind of switch.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. We're not nearly as gifted without, I can start naming them. Andre Iguodala, Clay, KD, Zaza, down the list. I mean, those teams were loaded. Andrew Bogut was, I think, the best defensive center in the league. So this is a totally different group, but it's really keyed by Draymond. Draymond is he's our anchor defensively. He's the one who provides the energy, but also the knowledge. He's constantly making calls out there, changing coverages on the fly. He's like a middle linebacker. And then I think adding Juan to the mix has changed us dramatically. Juan's energy, his ability to pressure the ball, to guard every position, including the 5. He's given us the versatility that we've needed. The other guy I'd like to single out is Kent Bazemore. His ball pressure over the last few weeks. That was the biggest thing when we put him in the starting lineup, was just his ability to get into the ball. And we could feel a change with our group with Bays out there. So it's been fun to watch. We've been a top 10 defense, I think, most of the year. And I'm not sure how many people predicted that. But with Draymond, kind of orchestrating everything and anchoring us back there, that puts us in good position.
Did Juan's defense on Booker